Hello flight simmers, good morning from Auckland, New Zealand, and good evening from Europe. That's where I'm sitting, and good afternoon, I guess, when you're over in America and still holding on to that Sunday. Don't let it go, guys, before it's Monday all over again. And let's see who we have here. Christian, hey, good to see you. And quick sound check, so give me a thumbs up, guys, or a quick OK if you can hear me all right. I swear to you, I was testing all the setup for the streaming and the sounds just like a few hours ago. Everything worked fine. And now starting the stream, I believe once again the intro music did not play, and I'm a little bit scared that the sounds are messed up as well. But I hope it's just all right for now. Sounds good to me. All right, perfect. Right, guys. So here we are, flying the Fenix again. I was really just looking for a fun flight to do on a live stream. Since the last live stream I did is about half a year ago. It's been way too long. So I figured it is about time to get back to live streaming. And then, of course, flying into Queenstown is always quite fun and challenging as well, so I'm very much looking forward to get to Queenstown. I was originally thinking of doing 2 flights, going from Auckland down to Wellington and then on to Queensland, because also Wellington has a beautiful airport scenery. However, when I look at my past streams, whenever I do 2 legs, it often ends up like 3.5 hours, and that's, for my taste, a little bit too long. So today we're just gonna do 1 flight, so I think the stream will come in at I don't know, like 2.5 hours maybe, but then we will take it nice and slow. We will start up from cold and dark, since it's early morning time here in Auckland, and then we have some time during the flight to chat about some stuff, lots of stuff going on in real world aviation certainly, but also in sim life, right? So I did install the DLSS driver, the new one, just yesterday, which messed up my sim entirely. I was not able to start Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 after that, but now I hope I got it figured out now. Yeah, and then of course lots of stuff going on real world aviation as well, especially with the CRJ accident in Washington, right? So that's really horrible news. But maybe that's also something we can talk about during the flight. Primetime2 asking, do you use lossless scaling? Not on stream and not when I'm recording. I sometimes do use it for my own flights, but it is I think close to impossible to record the frames generated by lossless scaling. That's why it's really unpractical to use it for streaming. Hello, I'm sitting in Queenstown waiting for the time to do the return after each from Christchurch. Nice. Also nice routing. Alright guys, so this is here a beautiful, beautiful morning in Auckland. Beautiful scenery as well, the Flightbeam scenery. Really, really nice stuff. Right, so we are starting from cold and dark, and that being said, I think it's just about time to kick things off. Right, so also one thing I noticed that's not working. I've been trying to set up my Volanta flight overlay, right? Which you are supposed to see on the upper hand edge of the display, but for some strange reasons, if I go into this one, it says overlay is not active, but I can't start it as well. That is a little bit frustrating, so we will have to go without that one, I'm afraid, but that's not a biggie. Captain Marco, hey, how's it going? You think it's better to connect to my router via Ethernet cable with Wi-Fi when I sim? Depends on how fast your internet is. Usually Wi-Fi should be enough. I think, yeah, I'm actually running on Ethernet, but if you have a good Wi-Fi, then sure, why not? Right, let's start over here. We're supposed to depart in 4 minutes. I think we will not quite make that. Let's see, 179 planned. Oh, it seems like we're fully booked today. 2 tons of cargo, fuel 7.8, 7.9 essentially. So let's start with, yeah, let's do the full flow. We're gonna take our time here in Auckland today.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Yeah, I've tried that. I've tried to recopy it. I went into here, and then I did copy it, but looking at this one, it is also the same, which I have set up in OBS, so it is 53011. Yeah, it looks correct. Maybe I can create a new one. How does that go? Like this? Oh, it's not having it.
In position.
I think it's a Volanta issue. It's not an
OBS
issue this time.
Arrives and ask to do it.
Right. Foxtrot Hotel, hi. Soweit, so gut. Und bei dir? Is the overlay over the screen recording? Yes, good point. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, so we have... Oh yeah, fuel is coming in. Nice. Let's give some power to the aircraft. Battery 1, battery 2, external power. Cruise supply, ground control for the voice recorder. Adheres. Number 1, number 2, and then number 3. Fuel pumps staying off. Stroke comes to auto. Nav and logo comes to 1. Emergency light armed. Non-smoking coming on. Right, and then we go into ATSU. AOC menu, flight init, request. Victor Foxtrot, yo, what up? And Foxtrot Hotel, yeah, sure, that's what I'm aiming for. And thanks for that, I really appreciate it. And yeah, I will try to keep at it. Busy life these days, but let's see. I will try to put out a video every week if possible. Alright, January 23rd to 19th February, that looks very good indeed. Init, request init. So for the weather, I believe we have nice weather on both airports today. So in New Zealand, 350 at 2, good visibility, few 1000, broken 3200, overcast 45, 19 on 1019. So a bit cloudy here in Auckland, but nothing crazy. For the arrival into Queenstown, 360 at 1. That's not a lot. Let's see which one runway is going to be. Good with the visibility, 8 degrees, 1020, and for the forecast we are getting there. Let's see, now it's 18 Zulu, so we're getting there around 20 Zulu, which is somewhere in this range. So 020 at 5, so this will be an arrival on, oh gosh, what is it down there, runway 07, 05? No idea. Ground charts 05. Yeah, so it looks like a 05 arrival, which is really cool. I mean, the arrival, both of them are actually really cool, but what I'm looking at, approach, that's what I'm looking at. RMP Zulu, runway 05, that should be the one, right? Yeah. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Alright. Eurowing Sim Pilot. Eurowing Sim Pilot. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, to be honest, the KLM Embraer video into London City surprised me a little bit by the number of clicks. It really sticks out compared to the latest ones, and I'm a little bit unsure why. If it's the airline, if it's the Embraer, or if it's the scenery. Could be any of those three, or a combination of those three, I don't know. Right, let's continue Air New Zealand. Gosh, what are we flying today? 617. Cost next, I believe, 15. Cruise 320, and that's planned optimum flight level. There are some headwinds on this flight, and they get worse if we climb higher. That's why we're gonna stick to 320 actually. Flight plan departure currently active as 05 right. And to be honest, I actually prefer to have the charts. Can you? Yeah, I'm recording the full screen. That's good. So I'm gonna show you over here. AFNA departure with, I think it's the Kappai transition. Yeah, Kappai transition. So out to Adcombe, which is 6 miles, 4 miles to Tavik, max to 10, Album 5000, Afnar, and then before we do the turn 10,000 above Kapi. Since there's not a whole lot of traffic right now, I believe we can go direct Kappai, right? I don't see any major issues where this would not be possible. And then we're flying the probably the Dovot, coming from Dovot, I believe. Yeah, Dovot on the Updam for Alpha, which puts us into Ibabu, and then from Ibabu we will have the famous RP Zulu. Nice, really good. Okay, so let's set this up accordingly. AFNA 1 Quebec for the Kappai insert, and then for the arrival there's a lot of RNAVs. RNAV Zulu 05.
Boarding requested.
Oh, boarding starting. Upta for Alpha, coming through Dovot via Ibabu. Cool. Secondary copy active. Init wind request. Nice. Victor Foxtrot, this is 2020. I am kind of waiting for the first sim update for the 2024 sim before I fly it. Like, as of now, I actually prefer the 2020 sim. I don't think the new sim gives any benefit whatsoever for IFR flying. But I think it will become better in the future. I think it needs like 1 or 2 updates, and then it's probably on par with this sim, and then from there on it will get better with every update. EM, hey, good evening, thank you so much. We're doing flight from Dubai to Auckland. We go an A380 flyby. Yeah, beautiful. Really long flight, right? Dubai to Auckland? Man, that has to be like something 14-15 hours, I guess. Really empty at the moment. I was hoping that flying on VATSIM there would be a little bit more traffic. But of course it is Monday morning for the locals, so that's not really the prime time for some sim flying, I suppose. IRS alignment in 1 minute, that is quite good. Let's go. Initial altitude, let's go 10,000. Yeah, let's do 10,000 for now, and then We actually can use our load sheet.
This way.
So we have a block fuel of, what do we have, 7.8.
Hello.
0 fuel went. A split planned for 61. Alternate with, which is Christchurch, 1.6.
May I see your boarding pass, please?
And I believe maybe I forgot to install some custom sound pack, or did I? For Air New Zealand? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I'm actually using this flight today for Pilot's World. Pilot's Life, sorry.
Good morning.
Not sure how many guys of you are using this one. I think it's actually quite many people using it. Just kind of cool to
Hello.
get like generated flights. Then I don't sit at the airport for like or at the computer sitting for like 2 hours trying to figure out which flight to do.
May I see your boarding pass?
So that makes things a little bit easier. It's my upcoming schedule. Also have the 777 license, so I can go Los Angeles, Sydney. And then there's Wellington actually coming up as well, which is a beautiful flight.
Hello.
Right.
Hello.
Yes, of course I like the A380 fly-by-wire. I mean, it's freeware. I think it's probably one of the best freewares ever. It's just a little bit heavy on performance. And I'm not a huge fan of the feeling of the manual flight, especially during the final approach.
Hello.
But overall, it's a really, really good aircraft.
Hello.
Right, then we're waiting for the boarding to complete. I wonder if there's any black box data. Oh, there is actually. Wait, let me just pull this up. So this is what I very often use, black box 711 airport data. He has a lot of airports in here, not every airport, but a lot of them. And you get these
Hello.
cool information, like is it NADP 1 or 2, and the specific altitudes, which we can put in right now. So we do have
Welcome on board.
1030 and 1030. Engine out, acceleration 1600.
Hello.
And for the engine out procedure, just track runway heading, which is 051 to 20 nautical miles and hold. I mean, we could put in the hold, but I think realistically, you just fly out, then you anyway get some vectors, or you speak to ATC. So I don't think there's too much benefit of putting it in.
May I see your boarding pass, sir?
Right, so we're just waiting for the boarding to complete. And on board asking for say intentions ATC. No, I don't have it. I've never tried it actually. Is it worth it? I mean, there's, as far as I know, there's 2 tools for ATC, which is say intentions, and what is the other one? Beyond ATC, I think it's called. Not sure, because I often fly on VATSIM, right? And sometimes I'm not in the mood for ATC at all. Then I just fly offline. Not sure if I see a huge benefit. It would be really cool if one day they get integrated into VATSIM, right? So imagine if you fly on VATSIM, you have a whatever tower controller or whatever, and you depart, and then tower hands you over to an AI controller who you can then talk to. How cool would that be? But I haven't read anything about it, if it's like in the making or coming anytime soon. But I think when this kind of feature arrives, then I'm really into these tools.
Thank you for observing this policy.
So how are we progressing? A little bit more. Cargo's in there. Do we have the wing view set up? Yes, right one. Left one, that's good. Say intention has the possibility to be integrated with VATSIM. Okay, that's exciting. Already today, or is it something that will come in the future? Yeah, so also I've mentioned earlier that I also went ahead and installed the new NVIDIA driver with the DLSS4, which then took some time to set up because needs to be exchanged through the DLSS swapper in order to work. Not sure if any of you guys already gave it a try, but I am rather disappointed by the results. I was expecting to have a lot more clarity on the displays, but turns out it's not really the case. So we will see it during the takeoff run, and then on the initial climb the speed tape and the altitude tape just looks super blurry, just like before. So I don't really see any improvement in that regard, but maybe I just installed it the wrong way. So if you guys have any experience with it already, then I would be curious to know your thoughts on it. It's already in it. If there's a controller on and the say intention will pass you to that frequency. Okay. Now that's interesting. Then I actually need to start looking into it. Because that's exactly the feature I would be looking out for. $173. Let's go seatbelts, APU, and APU start switch. Okay, so Damien, you're making the same experience. DLS is not really great. Yeah, frame gen, I typically don't, or I try to stay away from frame gen because it eats up like another 2 GB of VRAM, which I can't really spare. But yeah, I need to give it a try now with the new NVIDIA driver. Right, transponder 1000. Let's go TA. We have the final load sheet. Let's see, init, second init, 61 at 32. 61 at 32. Alright, then let's do performance. I don't think we require full length for this one. I think we can set up for Alpha 9, and we just taxi down Bravo, take a left on Lima, then we have Alpha 9. So 05 right, PAX on, I think that's okay. Intersection, oh, we only have full length, that's a bummer. Okay, then we will go full length. So that's 1 down, 03. $53, $54, $55. Flex to temperature 67. Alright. Now pulling up some checklists. Alright, gear pins and covers should be removed. Fuel quantity, we have 7.8 tons on board. Seatbelts are on. Adheres are nav, nav, and nav. And then barrel reference is set 1019er 3 times. External power, and then we can trigger the GSX pushback sequence. Oh, so the new driver cuts down on VRAM usage a decent amount. Okay, that's interesting. Then I really need to give it a try. King Reed, yes it is indeed. Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. I feel like as of now the 2024 does not give a benefit over the 2020 when it comes to IFR flying, at least. But I'm sure this will change rather soon. Right, before start checklist, parking brake is set, takeoff speeds and thruster, insert windows are closed, and beacons are on. This can go away, don't need that one. Yes, beacons on. Put on the fuel pumps. Checking outside, still no traffic around. And this looks beautiful.
Locking gear.
Alright, yeah, so lately I really fell in love with setting up a nice camera for the pushback. Like that. Okay, now I missed it. Are we ready to push or not? I guess we are, right? Should be. But they haven't asked me about direction. Continue pushback. Okay. Facing west.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines
Let's go.
clear. Start at will.
Hey yo, new subscriber, welcome to the club. That looks nice indeed. Okay, let's fire up. Oh, these are very... Oh, they're not an idle. Wait a second. Oh, dang. Can I do this through here? I don't think I can calibrate through here, can I? That's strange. Well, in that case, maybe I did select the wrong preset. I have a lot of presets here, always confuses me. 7.4, 3.10, 7.3, standard. There's a standard and there's this one. Let's try this one.
Please set parking brakes.
Oh, no, that's even worse. That's even worse. Oh, through the MCDU I can set it? Okay. Giving it somewhat try with... let's go standard. For what it's worth. No! Why is it so messed up? It's terrible. So let's go back to the one we had, which was 2 engines. Okay, let's see. Climb works. Flex is also too short, and toga works, so I need to recalibrate idle and flex. Config. Controls. Calibrate. Max reverse. Idle reverse. Idle. Climb. Flex MCT. And toga. Store. Right, let's see. Idle, climb, flex, toga. Sweet. Now this is always messed up when I go into these settings. Okay, now we can fire up. Starting with number 2. Hello, Ismanchif. Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, please observe the cabin crew member closest to you as we are about to demonstrate the safety features of our Airbus A320 aircraft. Thank you.
I am already getting hiccups in the performance. It's really strange. I deliberately went to 30 FPS for this stream in order not to go too hard on any of my components, but it seems like they are still pretty much maxed out. Alright, starting number 1.
All baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened whenever the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails...
Oh wait, what? You're still using FSX over Microsoft Flight Sim 2020? That's crazy. I mean, I have my P3D still installed and I use it rarely these days, but I still use it. But FSX, wow, that's really something else.
If we land on water, take a life jacket from under your seat. Remove from the pouch and put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist and click together. Pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate the life jacket inside the aircraft.
Do aerobatics on Bonanza. But I guess especially VFR in FSX is terrible, right? I mean, the ground compared to Microsoft Flight Sim is just completely different story. But I guess on IFR flying, yeah, I get the point. Can still easily be done with the old sims. Okay, 2 good engine starts. Ignition back to normal. APU bleed, APU master. How warm is it? 19, yes, so no anti-ice at all. Flap 1, the speed brakes. We are looking for a take-off trim off. Let's do the real world today. The real way, I meant to say. Load sheet. Take off, center of gravity 30. Alright, all even numbers today. Ooh, that was a little bit too far. Like this. Down 0.3, yeah, that looks about right. Okay, flight control. Full right, full left, full up, full down, rudder, full left, and full right. Good. Checklists. After start, anti-ice not required. ECAM status check. Pitch trim is set to 30 on the center of gravity. Rudder trim is neutral. Taxi flight controls. Check flaps in config 1 plus F radar predictive wind shear is coming on in auto right now. ECAM memo. Sorry, engine mode selector normal. ECAM memo takeoff no blue is not there yet, but we will check in a second. Oh, parking brake came off. Oh, that was probably also because of going through these settings. I didn't notice at all. We are still taken up high by the pushback tug. Barry, hey, yes I am, that's right. Oh, aerobatics on 2020 and serious flights in it. Okay, yeah, I get it. I guess IFR flying in FSX, sure, why not?
Cabin crew seats for takeoff. Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Alright.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Auto brake. Completely forgot about the auto brake.
Left is clear, right is clear.
So once these fellas are gone, where's he? Is he on the wrong side? Ah, there he is. Alright, bye bye, let's give him a flash. Ta-da, nice. Have a good trip, thank you very much. Taxi lights, and off we go. Yeah, picking up some speed, but not a whole lot. Beautiful scenery. Already back in P3D, the Flightbeam Auckland was one of the very best, and it continues to is one of the very best. Okay, brake check. Pressure 0. TO config is now green. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's early morning time here in Auckland. It looks really good. I actually love Microsoft Flight Sim when flying during twilight or like sunset and sunrise times. It's so nice. Okay, so I suppose we can even take a left here, right? We don't have to go all the way down there. Isn't like Auckland to Dubai or Auckland to Doha maybe? Isn't it one of the longest A380 flights, or maybe even the longest A380 flight? That's also actually something I wanted to do, is to make like an ultra long A380 flight, getting it to max takeoff weight. I have to admit, I actually prepared a little bit for this flight. I loaded into Queenstown the other day and just messed around a little bit with the approaches, because it was a very long time since I last flew to Queenstown, and I didn't want it to mess up entirely today, so that's why I prepared a little bit. It's not really terribly difficult. I find I mean there's good RNAV procedures for both runways. It's rather the VNAV management and the speed management on the approach which needs a little bit of attention. Alright guys, coming up 205 right, the approach seems to be free. So let's go then. TARA. Lineup checklist. Takeoff runway 05 right is identified. TCAS, TARI, PAX 1 and 2 on engines. Finishing the lineup, and then we are off to Queenstown. Okay, let's go. Coming up to 1.05 EPR. Stable. Command flag 67 SAS runway auto thrust blue. Love the tire markings on the runway. And that's 100 knots. Oh, sim is getting a little bit laggy, switching cameras. Long takeoff run. Nice. V1 rotates. And we are off. Positive rate. Gears coming up. Nice. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Yeah, see, look at the altitude tape. I mean, this is hardly any better compared to the old DLSS. Oh, gotta contact me. 1239. 1239, and then let's go autopilot. Oh, I'm not prepared. I need a pen and paper. Not prepared at all. What is it called? Auckland control, good day, Air New Zealand 617, passing 2600.
New Zealand 617, Auckland control, hello, identified, climb flight level 320.
Flight level 320, Air New Zealand 617. Right. It came out of nowhere. Hopefully I don't miss it. Okay, going into the auto retraction, that's fine. I just need to grab my little sheet for ATC conversations. Alright. Because we have, what is it, 210 for the next one? And clean speed, I suppose, is higher than that. Clean 218, yeah. Alright, so we stay on flaps 1 for the time being. Heading into some clouds. Oh, it's really warm. Let's cool down our passengers a little bit. Now let's see, maybe we can get it direct. Right, that's the auto retraction. Right hand turn, and then we can speed up. Nice, coming through the clouds, flaps up. Nice and sunny up here. And just New Zealand. Okay, good point. You can see I'm really unprepared. I was not expecting ATC to show up, but it's nice to have them. So EM, you're mentioning 3 times stable internet cookies. That's all you need for. Ah, okay. I was. Never mind. Yeah, that's a good one. Because when I fly really long flights in Microsoft Flight Sim, my FPS turned really bad. You maybe saw it on the 777 cargo flight I did into Frankfurt. Oh man, that performance heading into Frankfurt was so bad, and it was partly due to the VATSIM event, but also because after long flights the sim just gets so laggy. It's really a pain. Hey teacher, remember to use the correct approach charts for arriving to Queenstown as the Navigraph RP arrives on Cat Bravo. Whoa, oh really? No, but I think these are the ones for. Wait a second, I thought they were the ones that they typically fly. Oh dang, you're right, it says Category Bravo. Shoot, you're right. So what I am... which one shall we do? Foxtrot, I believe. So that's the one for us. Because that's for Charlie. This one is actually just for Cat Bravo, you're right. But why is that? Because I'm quite sure these are the procedures they typically fly. But then I suppose we have to dial an RMP Foxtrot. Yeah, that's quite interesting. Come to Medellin. Yes, I know Medellin. Yeah, I need to fly more in Latin America, especially Colombia. That's for sure. Mr. Hitchhiker, yes, I do have the DLSS4 installed. It was a little bit of a headache to get it installed, but I'm not really happy with the results. As you can see, the altitude tape is still a mess. So it's, I mean, it's a zooming in. Okay, fair enough. Zooming in, it is better compared to the previous DLSS, but looking from a normal point of view, not really game changer in my opinion. Have you also the Microsoft having a crash to their service startup? Yes, I had that. What I did is I went into the NVIDIA app and optimized the settings for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Let me quickly pull it up. So going into NVIDIA, you have the graphics settings for your game, and then I went optimize, which puts all the sort of recommended values in there, and then I was able to start up. I think it was because of the DirectX version. I actually had a previous set on DirectX 11, and I think that's why it crashed. Wait, Navigraph does not have the right charts? Okay, let me check this out. Queenstown charts. Arrival, RNP. That's not the one. Approach charts, RMP. Zulu, I suppose, or Yankee maybe. Cat Bravo, Cat Charlie. Ah, okay. So that's the Bravo. That's the Zulu, which is on Navigraph, and this is pretty much the same thing for Charlie Delta, with the go-around circle a little bit wider, which makes a lot of sense. And this is also quite interesting. 3.1 glide path angle prior to final approach segment applicable for Airbus only. So it is supposed to be the RMP Yankee arrival, which we are looking at. ANAF Yankee 05. Same. Okay, that should be it. Yeah, it looks alright to me. What's going on with my cabin altitude? Did you see that just flash orange there? Hope everything is alright with the aircraft.
New Zealand 617, monitor Unicom, bye-bye.
Unicom for New Zealand 617, bye bye. Alright, back to Unicom. So let's see, what's our arrival time? 2021. So we have the best part of an hour before we get busy with the arrival. Alright folks, so let me know what you guys think about the accident in Washington with the CRJ and the Black Hawk. Pretty terrible stuff. It was so interesting after the accident to hear the ATC sections of that moment and to see how it came together. It's crazy. It's like initially when I heard about it, I was like, yeah, it has to be ATC error, right? But hearing the radio segments, it was pretty clear that he told him like twice, do you have him in sight? And he actually requested visual separation. And this actually leads to something very interesting, because the visual separation during nighttime is something which is not allowed all over the world. I think there's many countries, I think even most of them, which do not allow visual separation during nighttime, while in the US it is being used. And so I think what it should really trigger is a sensible discussion on the applicable rules, which could actually lead to that case. But that's just my take on it. I don't know. I know that the visual separation during nighttime is there for very good reasons. I think mainly because the US airspace is just so incredibly packed that it's just a matter of efficiency to use it during nighttime as well. But yeah, I'm really curious to see what comes out of it over the next couple of months. Yeah, but really horrible to see that kind of accidents. Air New Zealand is one of the few airlines using sharklets and wingtip fences on the A320 fleet. I actually decided to go back to the wingtip fences today because it is, I mean, they are getting less and less, right? So sharklet's going to be around for a very long time. Wingtip fences, not so much, since the older A320s have received or have gotten to an age where they are being retired. So I suppose wingtip fences are a thing of the past pretty soon. They're using huts. Are you sure there's huts available on A320s? What's that? Master caution. Flight control sector 2 fault. Holy cow! You know what, guys? I've been flying with failures on since I bought the Phoenix. Like since many months, years even, and I've never ever have I received a failure. And now today on this live stream, it is the first time I'm getting an error. That is kind of now I missed to slow down the rate of climb, but never mind. Alright, something to read into. So, flight control section 2 fault. So at the moment, speed brakes seem to be unavailable. So section 2 off. Is it section? I have no idea. Off then on. So first of all we need to find it. Off. Back on. Okay, that actually seemed to work. Alright. Oh, so they are actually using HUDs on A320? I did not even know that's an option. A320 HUD, I need to Google that. I was unaware entirely that there's HUDs available for A320s. I'm blown away. Why was there never an add-on developer integrating the HUD then? That's quite something. Okay, now I'm still curious about this flight control fault there. So if it were actually broken, let's see what kind of systems we would not have. I need an A320. Ah man, do I have a proper documentation somewhere? There's no handbooks from Fenix, is there? Like a quick reference handbook on the A320? QRH. Never mind, it is here. How am I supposed to find something in here? Oh man, okay. Luckily we have some time. QRH. Track control. Abnormal 20. Normal 20, landing with flats of flaps jammed, rudder jam, stabilizer jam. No, that's not what we have. Hi Yannick, good to see you my friend, how is it going? So, flight control, fuel, landing. Okay, I'm not sure if we're gonna find it in here. Trollex landing gear. Nav, smoke, wheel. Maybe there's another section. Abnormal. Yeah, Yannick, you're right. I messed up. No, I actually didn't. I was just saying I had in here in the menu I had failures, random failures enabled since the beginning of when I bought the Fenix, right? So that's like years ago. And I never ever had a failure. However, flying this one, we did get a failure because we had a master caution for the flight control section 2 failure. But then we did the ECAM actions, and apparently what you simply need to do is you switch it off and you switch it back on, and this fixed it most of the time, and so it worked with ours, and that's why the failure disappeared. However, I'm wondering if I switch it off now, we have the same failure, and I'm now just really curious, like what are we, like what is the limitations we're having? I suppose the speed brakes, because there's an X here, and that's why I'm scrolling through the QRH to see what this failure would actually do. But since it just turns back on without any issue, it seems like we don't have a failure at all. But it's not in here, I suppose. It's in-flight performance. Operational data. No. Normal procedures. Okay, so common Airbus FAC issue, most of the time it's just reset. Yeah, that worked for us. Shouldn't do much as we have backups. Yeah, okay. And that's what I suppose, but still would be interesting to like understand the system logic, what this one actually does. But I guess it's even too small of an issue to appear in the quick reference handbook. Anyhow, so Yannick, how have you been? What's up with the glider flying? I suppose there's not much of glider flying during winter time, or do you even go out during winter time? And by the way, guys, anyone heading out to the FS weekend, I'm still looking for for some people to meet there. I suppose it's a little bit boring hanging around there knowing just no one. So I'm still in search for a crew. So now we are about to leave behind the North Islands, and we'll make it over this rather short stretch of water, and then we're heading towards the South Islands. This weekend, I just want to check out the itinerary for the events. Schedule. Ooh, invited guests. Okay, that's not me. That's just for exhibitors. So it's just Saturday and Sunday for visitors. 10 to 16. That's not very long, is it? 10 to 16. And Sunday, same. Okay. FSLTL Theater, so I suppose there's a bit of a showcasing and stuff going on. Maybe some news being released. Oh, there's a Discord. That's nice. That's probably the best way to get in touch with some people. Surprised that the ATC is not extending their sector to the entire island. Yes, surprised me as well. Okay. Stopped flying gliders over a year ago. Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that. Flying as well as flying club. Okay. Now flying motor gliders in a professional flight school, and man, I love it. Went solo within weeks and currently waiting for the theory. Oh, nice! Awesome! That sounds exciting. Motor gliders. Is it? I remember back in FSX when you loaded in was the default plane. That was kind of a motor glider thing, right? Motor glider. Ah, that's what. Oh, okay. I was wrong. Okay, but that sounds exciting. So I suppose you can do much longer flights now. And maybe a little bit less weather dependent. Okay, interesting stuff, man. Really cool. I actually received, yeah, my wife, she gifted me for Christmas a test flight in a local flying school nearby, which is just like a basic 1 hour flight, I suppose. You can choose between different aircrafts. I think they have the Cessna 152, 172. They also have the Cirrus, but that would be more expensive. And it's essentially like a first flying lesson. So if I would do this lesson and then decide to do the PPL afterwards, it actually counts towards my first flight lesson, which is super exciting. So I'm really stoked to do it. I'm gonna wait out a little bit longer until springtime or maybe summertime. But the thing I'm a little bit afraid is when I do this flight, maybe I'm so hooked afterwards that I actually apply for my PPL. So I can separate 2 people and slower. Plus you can land without the engine running, which really is a lot of fun. Weather isn't an issue anymore, and most importantly, I can fly during the week now. Yeah, man, that's super cool. That sounds amazing. Yeah, so actually I've been thinking to do the PPL for a while now, but what keeps me from it is, well, first of all, it's quite a bit of an investment, right? So requires a bit of cash to do it. And second reason is I'm a little bit unsure what I will do with it once I get it. Like, I don't really see myself flying every second weekend or so. I guess there needs to be some kind of purpose for flying, right? Like, you have to need some sort of destination, some plan where you want to go. For some reason I struggle with the thought of just flying for flying's sake, you know what I mean? But I don't know. Yeah, once again, maybe after the one flight lesson I'm so hooked that I definitely want to do it. There's not a whole lot of alternate airports for us here. There's Wellington, and then there's Christchurch. A lot cheaper than SCP. Yeah, okay. That's a good argument. Yeah, Yannick, that's a good plan. I mean, if you get into an airline training program, of course, then it's kind of cool to... Or then there's no need to do it up front, right? Then you can just wait for the program. Although you still have to pay for it yourself, right? I think gone are the days where they just pay for it. Now you have to take on some credit and pay it back afterwards. You should do some PAL ops. They have some nice short routes with heavies. What is PAL? Which airline is PAL? Oh, Philippine Airlines. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. I think it's whenever I look into flying in Southeast Asia, I often get stopped out by the lack of decent add-on airfields. Does Manila have a good scenery available? So the multi-glide rating is like a type rating. I go to Cessna with just 3 flying. Okay, yeah, okay, that's really cool. I guess 3 flying hours is a okay-ish investment to do. It's not a huge investment after all. Yeah, not really for Manila. That's what I thought. That's why I often keep away from flying Southeast Asia. Oh, see, these shadows are so annoying, but this is something which is definitely better in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Shadows in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 are just horrible. Oh, still 300 miles to top of descent, okay. Let's have to look at money. Of course, I need a minimum of 40 flying hours for my license. Would apply to us about $150 cheaper than Cessna. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I guess it really makes sense to do that one first. That's really interesting. I need to look into that. RPMR. Let's check it out. RPMR. Template principle. I have never heard of this one, to be honest. So that's quite interesting. Santos City, Philippines. Okay, so I guess this is where are we? Philippines. I mean, I'm not gonna find it like this, am I? Can I somehow make it get it to show me the airfield. Oh, that's probably what you're referring to, right? Yeah, that looks pretty cool. RMP-17 to Santos City. Ah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, there are the two mountains. Okay, cool. Now that looks fun, actually. I guess there's so many cool and interesting airfields to be discovered in Southeast Asia. I really often go back to flying in Europe simply because my add-on scenery coverage is just best in Europe, and flying into other regions, it takes some time to set up to set up all this sceneries you need over and over again. But I guess once the new marketplace is released for Flight Sim 2024 and there's the option to rent an airfield instead of just buying it, that will make things more accessible, especially for these airports where you don't fly that often. Yeah, Yannick, that's really cool that you also investigated it so much. That's not something I have done yet, but yeah, chances are I will look into that going forward. Should admit I exclusively fly in Europe, but I want to change that with the A350. Yeah, very much looking forward to the A350. Holy cow, I guess it's just weeks away, right? They said within Q1, so oh guys, pretty soon we're gonna have the A350. That is super exciting. Thank you so much, Yannick, and I might return on that offer. Rent airport. Yes, you can, or you will be able to rent an airfield. So what they showcase is that you can go into the marketplace and then you can either buy it or you can rent it. And I really hope renting is just like $1 or $2. And that would be really cool, because also for the videos I do, like very often I use airfields exactly once, maybe twice, but not more than that. So it would also save me a lot of money if renting becomes a feasible option. Oh, they said February, okay. Oh, shit is getting real. Nice. Is it the 900 coming first and the 1000 later on, or are they releasing at the same time? Yeah, Kathmandu is pretty nice. Yeah, I know. Kathmandu is challenging. I've tried that one before, but yeah, Kathmandu is pretty special. Oh, nice. 900 and 1900 QLR later. That is so cool. I mean, I'm quite curious on how it turns out. They said before, like on some trailer, they said something like the most immersive aircraft for flight sim ever, or something along those lines. And I was like, not sure about that. Like, I think iniBuilds actually does great work, but I am not sure if they are able to put on an aircraft which is better than a Phoenix or an FS Labs. I am not sure. Lufthansa Airlines Turkish Iberia possible Discover? I don't know. A350 with Discover? I'm not sure. I am not so sure. Maybe, I don't know. I think looking at Discover, I believe it would make a whole lot of sense for Lufthansa to also build a fleet on the A330neo, just like Condor did, right? I suppose just like in terms of buying price, it's a lot cheaper compared to 787 or A350, so I believe it's a really economical airplane to fly. There are rumors they will replace... Yeah, they have some old A330s in the fleet, that's right. Flo, Gude! Oh Flo, speaking of it, now that the expert is here, do you think Discover will be replacing some older A330s with A350s? That's gonna be better than A380 at all, but will look pretty off model. Yeah, I mean, I really guess the A350 is gonna be a really good aircraft from iniBuilds, but I'm not sure if it gets like more immersive than an FS Labs. Gotta ask A330 driver that one. Yeah, probably. Yeah, most logical replacement. Yeah, I guess so for Lufthansa. Sometimes I'm wondering if the A350 is maybe how to phrase it. Like it's a bit of an overkill for a holiday airline. Because I mean the A350 is really capable. It can fly very long. It has pretty high max takeoff weight, so you can put a lot of cargo on top as well, but maybe that's stuff that holiday airlines don't really need that much. So I actually think Condor made a really good choice by going all A330neos. And I mean the A330neo, it can go really distant places, right? It has an incredibly good range. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Now we have ITA. And they already have A330neos. Yeah, that's a good point. Lufthansa's oldest A350 is getting nearly 10 years old. Wow, okay, that went quickly. Ah, that's a good point. Is it already 10 years old? Holy cow. That is crazy. Yeah, now it's confirmed that Lufthansa is the launch customer of the 777. That is super exciting. Although I feel like sometimes it switches around, right? So it was Lufthansa a while back and then it changed. Then they said, I don't know, it's Emirates or someone, and now it's back to Lufthansa. So let's see where it actually ends up in 2027. Snagged Pals A350s, yeah. You gotta act quick. Have you seen any of FC Scenery products for P3D? FC Sceneries? That does not ring a bell. FC Sceneries? No, I don't think I have seen any of those. Let me ask my friend Google. FC Scenery. Okay, interesting. So they are selling photoreal coverages for Europe 370, and that's reduced from 710 bucks. 2 terabytes of file size. Photoreal coverage maintained with photorealistic coverage and high definition oxygen elevation data. Okay. I mean, it's interesting. Really interesting. However, I'm not sure if I would make this kind of investment now for P3D. Interesting stuff. Yeah, I suppose if I knew about this a couple of years ago, then I would have bought at least Germany, because that's where I fly most. It would be nice to try it, but I mean, it's a really high asking price if you want to cover the entire world. December 2016, first A350 for Lufthansa. Okay. Wow, that time flew past so fast. Okay, let's check out a few things. Christchurch? No, why am I Queenstown? That's what I need. So it's not on here. Just want to check out a few things on the charts. So Ibabu, initial approach fig QN 577, 10,000 above. SADA 9,200. Okay, just want to make sure that we are at these altitudes when we need to be. $10,000 are above, we are 11. Sarda 92, okay. Tipec A2. Panto 71, Dubek 63. Mopga 5,500. Omubo 3100. Alright. We can put in decision altitude 1438. Airport elevation, it says 1160, so it's not that high. Okay. Because I was wondering, because the top of descent actually looks to be quite close to the airport already, but then of course we have to fly the full procedure. So I suppose that makes quite a bit of sense. Yeah, your plane's from 1976. Man, it's the old ones which are good. Do you prefer the Phoenix or FS Labs? Well, to be honest, I don't have the FS Labs, I just have the Phoenix. But if I were to have both, I would probably prefer the FS Labs. I really loved the FS Labs in P3D, and I think they once again delivered a brilliant product. So I'm really stoked for the FS Labs Neo. I think they are doing the A321 Neo, right? So that's gonna be super exciting. But I'm just not in the mood to buy just another A321. Sean, hey, how's it going? Christian, maybe a little off topic, I post nevertheless. In 2000 I flew Christchurch to Auckland. 737-300, nice. The good old Bobby. Such a beautiful flight with clear skies. Oh man, yeah, I can imagine that's beautiful. I've never been to New Zealand, but as you can imagine, it is certainly up there on the bucket list. The thing is, going there from Germany, you need at least 3 weeks, I guess. Maybe even 4 weeks to make it a decent trip. Because out of your holiday, you're spending like 2 days to get there, and then another 2 days to get back, which is a lot of flying. And I love flying, obviously. I'm all for it, but like flying as a passenger on long haul, it's just exhausting. It's like no matter how long or which travel class you choose, you always get to your destination, you're exhausted. So let's check out on the weather. I don't suppose it changed a lot since it was not in the forecast, but nevertheless we can see what's going on. 060 at 2, good visibility, no clouds detected, 10 degrees, 1021. Our forecast is still in line, so that's all good. Looks like a really beautiful day for flying into Queenstown. Man, I actually feel like I'm catching a cold. Our daughter was sick last week. My wife was sick today, and I feel like it's creeping up on me as well. Okay, full flight route from 2000. Air New Zealand 747. 400, beautiful. Frankfurt, LAX. NAN, that's Nadi, right? I believe. Auckland, and then return Auckland, Nadi, Los Angeles, Frankfurt. Oh, holy cow. I mean, oh, that was so awesome back in the days when they operated these stopover flights with the 747. And I really actually loved the good old livery on Air New Zealand. Yeah, this one, not sure what it's called, but oh, that looks amazingly good. Look at this beauty. Oh, the Rolls-Royce engines. Seemed like they had different ones. Here are some with GEs. But this one has Rolls-Royce. Okay, so they had a mix. They had a mix, and they had the Lord of the Rings livery. Oh, I'm not sure if that's a real one actually. Depart February 14th and arrive February 12th. Nice. ETA is where's this flight plan? 2026 Zulu, so that's in still 40 minutes. 40 minutes to go. But top of descent is just 140 miles, and then it gets interesting pretty soon after top of descent because of the high terrain and the procedure. So I'm looking forward to that. But we have a lot of headwind today. Look at this, 53 knots, and that's why SimBrief does not give us any high altitudes, because up there the jet stream is just even stronger. So that's why we are a bit slow today. I think there are still some interesting stopover routes available. Now I actually need to pull up a map, but I believe, is it Air France and also Flybe, and Flybe potentially with the A350 going from Paris to LAX and then on to Tahiti. I think they are doing that would be something cool to do in the A350 with the iniBuilds, Los Angeles to Tahiti. Oh, French Bee, of course. Sorry, French Bee. Yeah, Flybe, that's something else. And I'm sure there's other stopover routes with the A350. I need to do some investigation. Yeah, so Flo, I think you missed it earlier on, but actually iniBuilds releases the A3900 and the 1000 at the same time. And then at a later point in time, the 900 ULR is also coming. So for all of you guys to know, Flo, he's actually sort of my buddy when it comes to discussing which flights to do, which then end up on the YouTube channel. So If you want to exercise any influence, now's your chance. Yeah, there are some interesting Fifth Freedom flights, that's right. I think Emirates also has some. I think Emirates flying out of Athens to the States or something. I don't quite remember. When I will uninstall P3D? That's a brutally good question. I don't know. Maybe if PMDG releases the 747 lineup for Microsoft Flight Sim, maybe that's gonna be the day. I feel like I still want to go back and fly some 747. So that's why I still have it installed. Floats sometime during February. So it can just be a matter of days or weeks. As for Edelweiss A350 from Zurich to Faro, Ibiza, Pristina, Heraklion, Palma and Data. Oh, really? Okay. Is that for a pilot licensing maybe? That they want to train the pilots on the A350s, I suppose? Well, that's some really good routes once it releases to get used to the aircraft. And Kanin flies to Charlie go via Bangkok via A330 900 years. Nice. Yeah, the 900 Neo also got a big update lately, right? With a new flight deck. So maybe that's also worth another try. No, I've actually never flown X-Plane. I always had P3D and Microsoft Flight Sim, and I was never really in the mood to get a third sim. So that's why I don't have X-Plane. One with A340s, yeah. So what did Edelweiss do with the A340s? Or what will they do? Or do they still have them? I'm confused. Are they going back to Swiss or just being retired? Edelweiss. A340, no, they still have it. And A350s, oh, they have not been delivered, okay. Edelweiss A342 Hotel Kilo Tango, that's Phuket, right? Yeah, Yannick, I remember very well. Okay, so they will replace it. End of March, okay, that's pretty soon. You have the new livery. Are they changing the livery? Nice, A350. What a one. Hey, what's up? Is it different than the existing one? No, it looks the same. Virtual Water, hello guys. I need your advice. Should I buy the bullet and build a PC? I'm assuming, well man, I think if you are looking for an unbiased advice, you have come to the wrong group. Yeah, I mean, I get it, man. Building a computer is expensive. It is really expensive. But of course, it's worth it, at least in my opinion. Call sign today is New Zealand 617. So the font is smaller. Switzerland is now blue. Flower in the front is gone. Name of the aircraft moved back behind the door. Winglets are now white and the tail feature is now also red. Okay. But are there any pictures available? New livery. Can't find anything. I think it looks too red on the front with the white flower missing. By the way, the first A320 was repainted just yesterday. Okay, so I believe for this one there should be pictures available. A320 new livery. Maybe I'm just too stupid to find it. Oh, but there is a picture of the A350. This one. And how does this compare to the previous one? Okay, so it's slightly different. Slightly different. Not a whole lot of change, but yeah, I see what you mean. Okay. Alright. Hey, Flying Moose, how's it going? While we're heading Queenstown, there's no controller. Yeah, I know, it's Monday morning, local time in New Zealand, so I suppose there's no controller online, but yeah, Queenstown is fun, man. Queenstown is challenging. The power to send links. Oh, okay. Can't open it because it would actually crash my stream. Okay, never mind. Too good. I'm waiting the last things for my lights panel for the Phoenix. I will make updates in your Discord server. Nice. Ooh, sounds good. Man, there's so much good hardware coming these days. There's been a big fuss about the new FMCs and MCDU by, what is it, Simwings, I think it's called. It's very tempting to get a full-blown MCDU or FMC for $100. That would be quite something. That's also why I would like to go to the FS Weekend, just to test out a bit of hardware. See what it feels like, you know, and then eventually buy some stuff. Oh, you have the FCU and you love it? Okay, cool. Waiting hard on my MCU, so and Charlie go ahead. Nice, so you guys all ordered straight away. That is awesome. I would yeah, I would rather, I'm more in the market for an FCU as well, to be honest, because it's more important flying online. And also I'm still looking out for a good radio panel. Like honestly, there is no good radio panel available. I think having a physical radio panel would make VATSIM flying in events so much easier. Because I just hate, like, you get frequency and then you need to scroll down here. Depending on the aircraft you are in. Scrolling is either super slow or super fast. And just, it's so cumbersome. So I really hope there's gonna be a good radio control panel soon. Alright, let's set up now. METAR 0602. QNH 1021. Oh, that was wrong. Oh, actually that took the temperature 1021 degrees. Okay, fun. Temperature 10. Config full? Yeah, I suppose config full. Can do some landing calculation. The landing weight now it's 65.1. 3.5, so let's deduct 5, so 64.6. Quite heavy in terms of zero fuel weight today. 64.6. Low order brake. Nope. Oh, medium even. Oh, okay, interesting. Wait, what? Nah, I know Queenstown is short, but it's not that short. Can that be right? $64.5. We're actually coming in exactly at max landing weight. Maybe we are slightly overbooked today. Okay, so if there would be like a tiny bit of rain, we could not even land there today. Are you kidding me? That is crazy. I did not expect that, man. Auto brake not working. Sweet. Why is that not working? Ah! Mr. Hitchhiker, I did my race with the Stream Deck Plus. Okay, is that something you would recommend? Because that's the one option I've been looking into. But I'm unsure if it's really sort of the best solution. Reworked radius are also annoying. It works beautiful, okay. It's quite expensive though, but maybe I will get it. $2,380 instead of $2,3080. Yeah, okay, that's a bit of a difference. Okay. It's 5,000 feet. This max auto brake only works for takeoff low. Oh, yeah, I think you got a point there. Max manual, that's why it said max manual. Okay, so we will do manual braking. However, and of this I'm sure, and I've seen this on black box streams, so you can actually select medium. So it's just that the auto brake starts as early as possible, and then you can take over into max manual. Yeah, that was a bit of a brain fart on my side here. I will happily admit that. Okay, so medium auto brake, but we will do manual braking as well. Okay, so your setup is, I have a tablet with Stream Deck for the overheads, a Stream Deck Plus for the comms, and an XL for all sorts of buttons like spoiler, arm, radar, predictive range. Ooh, nice. That's a pretty cool setup. Here, you are totally allowed to land without auto brake at all in regards to the Boeing. Yeah, okay. That's a good point. Yeah, but we can do it like this. I've seen that on a black box stream, and I trust him on that. Right. We are getting there. 12 miles to the with descent. What kind of altitudes do we have here? So we have, I think Ibabu was 12,000 or something, so maybe let's start there. Okay, as a rule of thumb, you can remember that max reverse without auto brake needs about 100 meter less than auto brake low and idle reverse. That max reverse without auto brake needs about 100 meter less than auto brake low and idle reverse. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. Makes a lot of sense. If you don't mind me asking, is your main career in aviation? That's a very fair question, and no, it's not. at least not right now. Okay, let's descend. Descend out blue. I don't know. Who knows? Like maybe someday in the future. But right now, I'm not into aviation. Or I'm not in the real-world aviation industry. Maximum auto brakes feels like just plain overweight. I don't know. Can you rephrase that? Not quite sure what you're asking. Okay, so there is no ATC. Is there any traffic around? No, there's just Oliver sitting on the ground in Queenstown for the flight out to Christchurch. Nice. Isn't also the what's this famous little airfield somewhere to the coast? Ah, there it is, Milford Sound. I'm just looking at the chart. Milford Sound, that's also quite close. What do you think, guys? Is that our alternate? Man, I need to do more VFR flying. Maybe we should have like a group flight into Milford Sound or something. That is probably so much fun. Oh, you're about to push. Okay, yeah, then you will be out before we get there. Delta Kilo Alpha Victor Hotel. Okay, let me Google. Delta Kilo Alpha Victor Hotel. What am I looking at? Nice. That's the one you are flying, I suppose. "60 horsepower. 1972. Fascinating. Really fascinating. I know that I mean, aircrafts are incredibly well maintained, right? And also the engines are super well maintained, but I never get rid of some awkward feeling like trusting such an old aircraft. Is the engine also is it the original engine from 1972? Flight instructor was second place, world champion, glider aerobatics, and German champion. Ooh, nice. He's a famous one. HB Air, okay. To start focusing on the approach, I suppose, because it already calls out for more drag, and we're just getting started. Airport is straight ahead. Nice. Ah, look at this terrain. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's see, progress 1,000 feet high. So one thing I'm still missing is the what's our go around altitude? $10,000. $10,000 on low speed initially.
Now,
1,600 high. Okay, now we really need to put out some speed brake. Terrain. So I think, I mean, visibility is just brilliant, right? So what we can do, we switch off ground proximity warning system, terrain. So because I think towards the end there we will get some callouts if it's not switched off. Okay, Yannick, so engine is brand new, but 2024, okay, that's really new. Failed a few weeks thereafter. Shit. Yeah, okay, fair enough. In a glider, I suppose it's okay to handle. Yeah, I thought 05 is in use, man. I don't know. But you can, you still got time. You can depart towards us. I think it's gonna be fine. If we get a TCAS, we will handle it. Alright, thanks a lot, Yannick. Thanks for tuning in. And good luck with your flying. Should you buy the Phoenix for Microsoft flights from 2024 even though they are doing refunds? I mean, the Phoenix is really good, right? So why not? But I would go for it. I think 10. What did we put in here? 1021. Okay, so we are pretty much back on profile. Speed 220. Just wondering if we can maintain that. I believe we will need to put out some flaps eventually to stay there. Also need to descend, of course. Yeah, let's go flap 1. That can be cleared. Some turbulence. But a landing, I don't know. Maybe if we are lucky. Yeah, so that's not working out. That is not working out. Let's get to a flap 2 speed. look at this scenery, man. Look at the wing flex, it's really jubilant. Okay, let's go flap 2. And now we are 1,500 high. Yeah, I kind of saw this coming. I should have reacted earlier. Okay, 10,000, landing lights on. What do you guys think? Should we take the replay as well? So I start the flight recorder. Really like in Japan, yeah, that's right. Okay, back on profile. Oh, you live near Innsbruck? Yeah, that's nice. I mean, Innsbruck is beautiful as well. I actually think yeah, the valley in Innsbruck is a little bit wider, but of course you have the circling approach, which is just outstanding. And I think the approach procedures into Innsbruck are actually more complicated, because here you just have the RNAV, and RNAVs are in a way super simple, right? A little bit more speed brake. Man, I haven't flown to Innsbruck in a long while. Back in P3D there was a time when I flew there a lot because it was just the best ever flights going into Innsbruck. But I haven't done it in a long time. And here's a friend on VATSIM map. VATSIM map? I have not heard of VATSIM map. There are so many VATSIM maps. Now you have even VATSIM traffic on Navigraph, just released, I don't know, yesterday or something. But I will look into it later on. I'm just trying to focus on this flight. Okay, let's see if Oliver's still around. Queenstown traffic. New Zealand 617 is 15 miles out on the RNP Yankee runway 05, Queenstown traffic. It is quite bumpy up here, but supposedly winds are supposed to be very calm down there. Yeah, and I suppose the city for Innsbruck is quite important also for the visual references. Okay, let's slow down. And I'm just noticing, once again, we forgot a bit of checklists, have we? Approach, barrels set, seatbelts on, minimums are set or brake. We will do max manual, engine mode select normal. Okay. compatible visual with the terrain passing 150. That is way above us, so that's good.
Thank you.
Beg my dog agree to watch your stream on the couch. Nice. Greetings to your dog. Hey, Richard, just in time, mate. Just in time. Oh, guys, that's beautiful. I just want to dial up my terrain level of detail just a bit more. Look at this. Beautiful. Okay, let's go. Still a little bit early, but let's go full config and then we can do a nice stretch of manual flying. Alright.
2,500.
Go around altitude. 10,000 is set. What the heck is this showing here? Maybe I should go find approach just to have the correct flight director indications. Let's see. This is on. This is on. This is looking good. And then let's go full manual today. For the fun of it. Alright guys, my aircraft, manual flight, beautiful weather. Do you prefer Fenix quality over the FSLabs quality? Hard to say because I don't have the FSLabs, but I suppose, knowing FSLabs from the P3E version, I suppose FSLabs is at least on par, maybe a notch better. Yeah, New Zealand looks amazing on Microsoft Flight Sim, absolutely. Okay, so we actually have no wind at all. Now it's like 1 knot of wind, so that's really just nothing. Ah, there's the go around track. Now it's painted in. Find approach, go around altitude to set. I can see, I believe I see 3 whites. It is really hard to see for some reason.
1,000.
Getting a bit steeper. Taking back some power. Now I see 2 whites, 2 reds. Don't get too slow. I'd say so far so good.
Hundred above. 500. Minimum.
Scene reloading in. Gets a little bit laggy. Continue. Come on, Sim. Don't fail on me just now. Come on. Why does it get so laggy?
100.
A little bit slow. It's okay.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
And there we are. A little bit firm. Reverse screen. And manual braking. Yeah, easy. Easy peasy. Idle forward. Is there a turning spot back there? Or do I have to turn on the runway? Oh, it's just runway length. Okay, so it's yeah, I could have turned earlier as well. Doesn't really matter. Alright guys. Welcome to Queenstown. Oh no, Sim, come on. It is really struggling. Maybe I should dial down this level of detail. Let's dial it back a little bit. Wait, engine mode is still in ignition mode? No. No, it's normal. I think on the IAE it sometimes does it automatically. I don't quite understand when, but sometimes it does. Okay, quick cleanup. Thanks, Yannick. I appreciate that. I believe touchdown was still a bit firm. Oh yeah, it was quite firm. Volanta is giving me 409 feet per minute. Holy cow.
Seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls, or internet access may now be used. Please make sure you take
Yeah, Yannick, you know what? Like back in the days, I almost always flew it offline. So not offline, sorry. With auto thrust off. And I mean, on the A320 it's really easy to control, so sometimes I even think it's a bit easier.
On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your journey.
Just hate that my computer is struggling so much, because I dialed it down to 30 FPS for today's stream, but still you can see GPU's maxed out, and that's mainly because of the video encoding, which is also running on the GPU. 1.11 Gs. Not the perfect one. I should have flared it a tiny bit earlier. Tiny bit earlier would have been better. Okay, now we need to find a stand. Just any will do. Main apron. Stand 3. I'm really curious to see the replay. Yeah, but I'm a bit puzzled by this bad sim performance, because I did some testing yesterday and it was smooth as silk. But doing a full flight, it always gets worse coming to the destination airport. Yeah, that's true. Putting it straight on the marker is quite important on that short of a runway, but still 400 feet per minute is a little bit rough. Oh, landing lights, strobes, okay. Let's see, 40 feet. Look at this fancy terminal building. Oh, a little bit too far. Okay. Parking brake. Engines 1 and 2. And APU bleed. Fuel pumps.
Cabin crew
Seat
is on.
belts. Beacons.
The boarding requested.
That's that. And that is that. I'm gonna dismiss just because we want to see the replay. Just a second. External power. Sweet. Look at this airport scenery. This is filled with life. Beautiful. Yeah, now terrain looks shitty because I've dialed it down. Submit flights. Pilot's life is happy. Apart from the hard touchdown, of course. So now, yeah, let's look at the replay. I'm just curious. We don't really need to look at anything of this deboarding, right? Let's dial up terrain level of detail once more. So it looks a little bit nicer out there. And then I will just reset GSX, go to Phoenix, panel state, ready, activate. That should come online in just a second. And then we can replay. Hopefully the sim is not crashing. Sometimes it is. Oh, why is everything open? Are you kidding me? Oh no, it's gonna look terrible. Yeah, but I can't go into the ground services. Oh man, usually it works like this. Is annoying. Yeah, I know that I need to be on the ground for this one, but usually I believe when I say ready, it just closes all the doors automatically, but never mind. Well, we can actually give it another try if we just zoom forwards. Stop replay. Okay, let's try this again. Love this brilliant little tool. Okay, closing those freaking doors. Okay. Now we're getting there. Just a sec, replay. There we are, full flaps. We had those lights like this, seatbelts were on, of course. That's arm, full flaps. Speed brakes. Okay, it seems like they're just extended now for the sake of it. Oh, now they're going down, okay. Righty. So what's the best place to spot it? Maybe just from somewhere up there? Oh, now it got really laggy. Right on the marker, a little bit firm. That was right on the marker. Let's get a nice viewpoint. Alright, I need to do it like this. Sorry guys, just a few more seconds. And then we have it all figured out. All figured out, just a little bit, maybe like this, something like this. Okay, let's see. Resume. Guys, I think next time I'll be streaming in normal HD. A little bit firm. Cool. All right, folks. We can watch ourselves backtracking. Such a short flight already on the descent towards Christchurch. Yeah, Oliver, enjoy your landing into Christchurch, man. I guess that's also a pretty cool flight. Alright guys, that completes our live stream for today actually. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. It was a while since the last one, but I will try to do it more often now. And yeah, I'm thinking potentially next time I will stream in normal HD quality just to not strain my GPU that much. You can see right now it's running at 99%, so that's a little bit high. But yeah, that was fun. That was a fun flight into Queenstown. And alright guys, wishing you a very good start into the new week. And thanks for the continued support, and I will see you around pretty soon. Take care everyone, and have a good night. Bye bye.